Hi, in this video I thought I'd show you some of the Christmas cards that I've made from bits and pieces of stuff I had left over from last year's Christmas rush. But what I was really doing was experimenting with making these poinsettias using foil. Now, everybody's probably heard about the Minc machine, and the Minc machine is basically a heat foil machine that applies foil to anything that has a toner-based outline. So for example, you could take one of these, and as I did, and stamped it, and then I scanned it into my computer and then printed it on my laser printer. Not a LaserJet, a laser printer. This process will not work on a LaserJet. You have to have the toner for this. You could also photocopy it if it's got toner as well. And then what you do is, once you've printed it out, you lay down your foil, and it has to be heat transferable foil, and over top of the toner, and run it through something that's hot like a laminator. Now I have a heat laminator, and that worked very well. But the Minc is also basically a heat laminator as well. It's just a little bit nicer looking, I suppose, and a little more compact because you can get it in two sizes. So I thought, well, let's see what happens when I do this. So the poinsettias that I'm using on this come from the Heartfelt collection set called Sparkling Poinsettias. And as I said, what I did was I stamped them first, scanned them into my computer, then printed them from my laser printer. Then I laid the foil down on top of them and ran them through my laminator, set at the highest setting. And so what happened is, and I don't know if the camera will pick this up, you see the shimmer that's on here? Anything that had the toner on it picked up the gold that I used, the gold foil. Now this came out plain, so for example on this card you can see maybe a little better the gold in around all the lines and everything that's that. It's subtle, but it's there. Then what I did was I simply took, on this one's case, I used my Paper Blossom kit with a stylus and did the paper, you know, how you roll it around with a stylus to make it puff up, and put down the layers and glued it on. So I thought that was kind of cute. That was nice. Then I thought, well, what would happen if you were to take it and just print out a solid block of black on the laser printer, and then cover that with foil, and then die cut your flowers out from that? Well, this is basically what I got. It's a totally different effect. In fact, I don't know if you can see it or not, there look like little black specks here. That's just how it reacted to the heat when I laid it down into the toner. I kind of like that effect in itself, and this almost looks metallic, so that's kind of an interesting effect as well. On this particular one, what I did was, after I ran it through, making it into the white version basically, with the gold around the edges, I simply, before I cut it out, and I'm cutting these out using the matching dies from Heartfelt Creations, so that does all the cutting for me. What I did was I took Distress ink, two colors, I think I used Festive Berries and, no, it wasn't Barn Door, it was something else, oh, Worn Lipstick, and I just kind of went all over this whole thing with those inks, and the gold kind of resists it, so you don't have to worry about it covering up the gold. Then I put it through the die machine, cut them out, then did the Paper Blossom kind of stylus thing with it again, and puffed it up. And it looks, I think it looked pretty good. I did the leaves that go with it, and with the leaves I ran that through the you know, on this video today, you've heard a lot of noises in behind. That's my clock, my computer's gone off a couple times, and my watch has gone off. So just try to ignore those. I'm going to. So what I did with this was I just took green cardstock, printed on it in the laser printer, and then I laid down the gold foil, ran it through the laminator, and picked up the leaves. And so you see, you get a bit of the shimmer. So that's not bad at all. Now, if you don't have a heat laminator, you can do all of these same techniques using the Minc, the Heidi Swapp Minc machine. It'll work with that as well. So here are the cards I created, and I was at first just putting these together as an experiment, but I thought, well, what the heck, let's take a look at my Christmas stash of stuff and see what I've got laying around. So I had some paper from last year left over. I had some Heartfelt Creations paper pad cutouts. That's what all of these words are that you see on the cards themselves. And the backgrounds are from a variety of leftover papers, Bo Bunny and Kaisercraft from last year's collections. Actually, I think they turned out pretty nice. This one's very pretty. I did this in the pinky foil. Actually, it's the foil, Heidi Swapp's foil, that goes along with the mink. The gold is actually some old stuff. I don't even think you can get anymore. That used to be put out by the company that made my laminator. And I can't even tell you what the name of that is now. It was like Geofoil or something like that. So those turned out nice. I like the white one. I think the white, and I made the leaves white too. I think that's very sophisticated looking. And then you've seen these other ones. This is a pinky colored one. So I think if you're going to use the mink's a great tool if you don't have a heat laminator for laying down foil, as I've said, and working with your heartfelt or other dies and rubber stamps. I've done some that I don't have here to show you right now with butterflies, and they came out pretty nice too. So adds a little elegant touch of sparkle to your Christmas cards. So I think these are looking pretty good.